Hello, everyone. Sorry, as I move you closer to me. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm Katrina. This is Sow and Tare. We do a live chat every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for the first Monday of the month. We do on Thursday at 6. So, welcome. Might leave you a little bit as people trickle in here. I see Verna's here, Vay's Place in blue with a little wrench. She's a moderator. Thank you. She does homesteading in her apartment, and um, she does a live chat Saturday mornings and Wednesday evenings. So, welcome. First like, first comment. Ooh, lots of wind and some snow. Good luck. Good luck. Andy's here, Andy Rabbit. Hello, Andy Rabbit. Welcome. All right. Well, people come trickling in here. We did the Cook with Me live yesterday, and it went really well. Verna was there, and we had a lot of people on there, so it was really cool. Hello, Andy. And yeah, we made fried potato soup, and we made Irish soda bread. So that was our St. Patrick's Day inspired ish meal. Um, yeah, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. It is also Smilo and Oraptor's birthday. Excuse me. So Smilo and Oviraptor are my chickens, and them along with Rexy, who has passed. They will be 5 tomorrow. So thank you. I've been blessed. Oh, and Verna says Amy B's rabbits had her kits. The rabbit that miscarried last time had 10. I am glad of that. I know she was a little worried about that. So, congratulations to Amy. I don't think she's on yet. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah. Corned beef and cabbage is what's on Andy's plate. Corned beef is way too salty for me. Does anybody like make a corned beef that's not salty? I think corning should have corn in it, not salt. I don't know why it's called corning. Anybody know why it's called corning or corned? I would think that it would just like be in corn, but that's not that's not how it's done. Um, Now I understand. I mean, it's preserved very well when there wasn't refrigeration, but we have refrigeration now, so you know. Verna says I have my corned beef low sodium and cabbage cut as slaw. How do you get it to be low sodium? Do you have to like leach out the salt, or do you not make it? Do you make it from scratch and not put as much salt? I don't know what corning is, and I can look it up, but I'm not going to right now because it's not that big a deal. Andy says I do, but I can't think of the technical right now. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, it came that way. You can buy low sodium corned beef. I wonder what they're putting in it instead. I don't know. I'm having pear juice with the live today. It's a little thick. My juicer was putting out thick stuff at the time. This is from last year. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you guys caught it. I was on the Urban Gardeners channel. My Grow at UE segment was making ziki sauce. So I have done that on this channel before, a long time ago actually, but I remade it for that channel and used borage, and that's pretty cool. So yeah. Verna says corned beef is a salt cured. That's what I thought. A brisket, typically cured in a brine 5 to 10 days to tenderize the tough cut and impart a distinctive savory flavor. The name originates from the large corns or kernels of salt. Okay. Used to preserve the meat historically. That makes sense. It's like a rock salt, maybe. That makes sense. Yeah, well, my girls will get some greens, but they won't get, cabbage probably. Yeah. So there's lots of good things going on. This weekend I was absolutely I was tired. I was so tired. But I'm good now. So Sunday was our Cook With Me Live, and that was a membership. And if you want to become a member, then there's a join button down below. There's a link in the description as well. And we do a monthly Cook With Me Live. Our next, I think Verna, you left before we'd scheduled the next one, but our next one is scheduled. April was a busy month, so we had to do stuff. The 26th of April is a Sunday. 2/6 is my birthday month, and we're going to make donuts. So if you want to make donuts with us on the 26th, on Sunday the 26th at noon 30, sign up. Yeah, so anyway, that was fun. Saturday, I taught my first rabbit workshop, and it went all the way from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening. And we did the talking part about, there's a couple of people that had never processed an animal before, and that's some big stuff to talk about there. So we did the talking part inside with some tea, and then we went out and bred Penne and Percy. So Penne is a mama and Percy's the daddy, and so they got to see that and ask questions and all of that. We got to see the babies, which were not quite a week old, and from Ravioli and Rigatoni, and then Penne's and Risotto's 3.5-week-old babies. So that's pretty cool. And then after that, we went down, moved the tractors, the rabbit tractors, and we processed some rabbits, and they learned how to do that. And then we came back inside and learned about the bones of the rabbit. I cooked one in the pressure cooker so we could take the meat off and look at the bones, because whenever you look at a new animal, doing that is good. So you know how to part it out. And then we went back out and processed more rabbits. So it was very, very, very good. Very good. Yeah. But it was a long day, and when you're teaching, you have to be active all the time in your head, right? Which is fine, but figuring out how to word things differently and all that stuff. So yeah. All right. Andy says, my grandma used to make it way back when I was a little kid. It's good. Thank you for the link, Verna. Yes. Yes. So Verna says, all that clover you have growing is wonderful. I was going to seed the pasture with clover. I absolutely do not have to do that at all. The pasture has clover. It just needs room to grow. It just needs to not have a forest of grass over it. So I do have one batch of bunnies down in the lower part of the pasture. I think the next ones I was going to put them out in the hayfield, because something does need to eat them down. I need to figure out what to do about that. I'm not sure I'm ready for permanent animals out down there yet. I have a lot of stuff going on this year, infrastructure wise, so I'm kind of lessen what I need to do. But I need to look and see if someone is, can get a couple cows down there or something and rotate them. But that totally, totally proves to me that even just within one season, 1 year, you can improve the health of the pasture just by having it be eaten and fertilized. And it really is amazing the difference between this year and last year. So yeah. Andy says it's cool. Yes, it is. Post that you have pasture to rent. Yeah, so I will do that. The thing is, I want to be very careful about who I let on my property, and I don't know enough local people to know what people are like. The other thing is I want them to be moved. I don't want to just have cattle out there or have whatever out there. I want them to be moved, like rotational grazing. I mean, it could be, have them there for a week and then move them for a week or whatever. But having them rotational graze is going to be so much better for the pasture. And that's what I do with the rabbits. It's rotational grazing. It's just they're, instead of having, you know, electric fence or something, you have them in their tractors. So that way you impact all of that piece, because what happens when you have things free range is they eat all the tasty things. And if you keep on eating all the tasty things, then the tasty things go away. If you rotational graze or if you mob graze, that's another term, where you give them smaller amount of space for number of animals, then you have them they will eat the entire thing. And then when you move them to the next one, they have a whole new situation, and then they eat the entire thing. And what that does is it gives all the different plants like equal ability to potentially survive. No one thing gets chowed down on once, and then once they move on, it has time to recover. And and then if they're not on it again for, you know, a good while, then that's a good thing. So yeah. All right. Mama says, hi Katrina, welcome. Where are you growing from? Yeah, I want to know what you guys are growing. Is anybody growing anything yet? I will be planting some stuff this weekend or this week. Things have finally, I got over this last weekend. I also recorded the video I that was just on right before here, on the Urban Gardener channel on Saturday night. Like I think I emailed it to him at 1 something in the morning. So yeah, but let me know if you're growing stuff. I'm going to be planting seeds, I think, later this week or this weekend. I do have an event this weekend that I am going to, so I don't know how much it's going to take up things. Oh my gosh. Andy says you might have to make a deal. They can run the cows and you will move them. Yeah, so there's going to be something more than just that. And like they have to go through the bunny area to get to the cattle area. And so we have to, like, you know, make sure the gates are closed and make sure that, you know, things go into stuff. Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking the answer is that I buy something for a season or something, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not there yet though. So yeah. Oh, Verna says I'm overrun with sweet potato slips. I'll take some off your hands. How many do you have? How? Because you just did that from the one sweet potato, right? My goodness. Andy says, does the trees I bought last week count as growing something? Yes. Did you get them in the ground? Oh, Mama Llama's in Indiana, Mount Vernon. Awesome. I used to live in Illinois, so that's, well, you're southwest corner, you said, so that's not close, but it's closer than here. I'm in Oregon. Verna says, I will planting those beets on the first day of spring. Awesome. Very cool. It's coming up here. It is coming up here. Verna says, yep, and I'm not counting them. The sweet potato slips. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Not in the ground yet, Andy. It doesn't count. You had surgery, hopefully a good surgery, and pre-planned, and is doing well, and has good recovery. Yeah. First day of spring is Friday. Is it really? The 21st? They keep changing it. The first or 20th, 21st, or 22nd. What is it this year? Verna says I quit counting after 16. Yeah. Yep. Mama Llama says I planted my garlic in the fall. Awesome. I'm going to try sweet potatoes this year, so I'll be working on slips soon. Very good. Sweet potatoes are good. And depending on where you are, as long as the ground doesn't freeze as deep as the sweet potatoes, they can start the next year from there again. So yeah. It's the 20th this year. Thank you, Verna. Okay, Andy went and got trees Tuesday. Knew I couldn't plant them yet, but I wanted to get them before they're gone. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Jacob's here. Welcome, Jacob. Jacob's also a member, was there at the Cook With Me Live on Sunday. Jacob, our date for for April is the 26th of April. That's a Sunday, the 26th. We're making donuts. Because it's my birthday month. Yes, 26th. I was like, I better check and make sure I'm saying the right thing. Okay. All right. Yeah. So now's the time to plant in a lot of places. We are having what is likely a false spring. So don't plant your tomatoes right now, but plant your peas, plant all that stuff. But plant your tomatoes inside. It was in the 70s today. It's supposed to get, well, let's see what it is, let's see what the current thing is. It's supposed to get up to 78 for the rest of the week. Let's see what it is now. It is daily 79 now. 79 next 3 days, then 76, then back down into the low 60s and high 50s. So it literally is just like a little false spring here. But sun for planting is good for people, you know. Mama Llama says, I always have tomatoes, okra, cucumbers, potatoes, string beans, strawberries, and green peppers. Awesome. Yep. 3 days before your baby sister's birthday. Aw. Okay, Andy got Blue Damson Plum. That's a good one. Rainier, good. Stella, good. Call Champagne Cherry Trees. I don't know that one. And a Bonfire Peach. I don't know that one, but it sounds on fire. Coral Champagne. I don't know what SMH is. Oh, that's what you were supposed to say there. I don't know Coral Champagne Cherry. Hopefully it's good. Well, that sounds wonderful. That sounds absolutely wonderful. And I hope you plant them in the good spot and that they grow well. For fruit trees, if you plant them, if you plant them closer to now, if you plant them towards the winter, the roots have time to grow. And so that is a good thing to do. When I get my food forest going, I actually have plans now. So in next fall through winter, I will be planting a bunch of things. And hopefully before then, I'll make some connections with some people and get some really cool things. But that is the plan. Whether it happens or not is dependent on me. So Andy says, I really got the coral champagne because it has a pink flower blooms. Awesome. Hey, if anything, you have that. And Jacob says, I'm far from planting anything with my garden. We're at about 26 inches of snow. Here tomorrow, it's not supposed to be snow, and then Wednesday, snow again. Is it still 15 degrees or whatever it was on Sunday? 16, whatever. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my dad is telling me to get on the ball with painting things. Hi. Green tape on the window is very nice touch. Yeah, I kept it up because I did such a good job edging and I need to do the paint. It's been a long time. I need to do it. Yeah. A pinkaholic. 12 degrees at Jacobs. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the bees have been out. I'm going to get into the hive, I think, on Wednesday. I haven't gotten into the hive yet, so need to look and see how they're doing after winter. They're busting. I know that. Like they're coming back with pollen pants. They're all in the plum trees and all that. And that was pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome to see them, but it's so relaxing, such a sound. After work and before the Urban Gardener live chat, I actually went out there under the tree and laid down and like, oh, the sun's out and I just need to lay down and relax and listen to the bees. And I did that and it was nice. Yeah. And then So some of my bee mentors, I think Wednesday is when we're going to be out here, and then going to get in the hive with me and see what needs to happen. So yeah. Jacob says Thursday we're supposed to be back in the 30s. 12 inches at Jacob's? No, 26 inches. 12 degrees. That's what he said. Yeah, Jacob says I wish it was only 12 inches of snow. Yep. Andy bought a jar sealer. Yes, you're going to be happy with that. Mine's sitting right there, actually. Tomorrow's video will be about harvesting and freeze drying dead nettle and lemon balm. And I also freeze dried some cilantro that my neighbor gave me. I'm going to show you guys, but I gotta scoot the table back so I can get through. Better Jacob than me, Brenna says. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but jar sealers are awesome, and you will like that. Oops, I just pressed something. This is my jar sealer. It comes off so that you can do a wide mouth or a regular mouth. I think they all do that now. Yeah. And here is lemon balm. It can squish a little more, but that's one tray of lemon balm. I think you're thinking I'm going to sneeze. No? Okay. Cilantro. And dead nettle I packed in there. That was 2 trays of dead nettle. So I haven't used dead nettle for really anything. I've like, oh yeah, that's edible. I can eat it. I used it in tea a little bit. It tastes green. To me, it's not like a fantastic thing. It's a medicinal herb and it's good for you. And yeah, I don't know what else. But yeah, if you guys know good things to do with dead nettle, I have a lot of it. Let me know. And bringing you back to me. That might be a little close. Let's back you up. Mama Llama says, I have a similar jar sealer. I love it. Soap herb. Oh, cilantro? Do you not like cilantro? Does it taste like soap to you? Better to use dead nettle and lemon balm tea. Better than what? I hear the neighbor's dog. What is it better than? Yeah, I like lemon balm. The one I like to do with lemon balm is lemon balm, hot and spicy oregano, and chocolate mint. That's good together. A whole bunch of good things together. Oh, better than plain dead nettle. Yeah, it just tastes green by itself. So yeah. And you got the freeze dryer set up and running. Awesome. Herbs take like less than 24 hours. If they're, like they don't have much moisture in them. Like the ice on the side is like this big. Mama Llama says I bought a dehydrator last year and I'm really having fun with it. I sneak powdered mushrooms and powdered vegetables into everything. That sounds awesome. Awesome. Yeah, for herbs, the herbs, if you can set the temperature, set it to 95 degrees or less, because over 95 degrees, you start losing properties and nutrients for herbs. So that is my suggestion. What kind do you have? I have a Nesco? I think I have a Nesco. Like Garden Master or something. I don't remember. So Andy, what's the first thing in the freeze dryer for you? Hopefully something tasty. Well, and you don't have to do the bread run because that was already done. Yeah. No, freeze drying is cool. And I think it's a really, really valuable thing. I think it's great for herbs like cilantro and basil specifically, because those just do not dehydrate well. All the other herbs, pretty much, you can just dehydrate or hang dry or whatever, but especially basil does not work. A kosori, I don't know that one. Let me look it up. Kosori, Kosori food dehydrator. Okay, so it looks like an Excalibur. To me, it's to me it looks like an Excalibur. Yeah. Oh, she did have to do the red run because it hasn't been used in 2 years. Got it. Got it. Yep. Cool. Yeah, there's all sorts of different things you could use for like dehydrating herbs and stuff. Freeze dry is great. It's not necessary. It really isn't. If for herbs, unless you're doing a bunch of basil, then I would say think about the price. But think about what else you would use it for. But if you are doing lots of basil, I would do that unless you could freeze it. If you can freeze it in water, like ice cubes, or freeze it in oil, like pesto. Yeah. Andy said I did bread because I was wanting to make sure I had the vacuum seal right. Yep. Yep. Should do good. Yeah. So where I set it I've set it, it's next to the washer dryer. I have the stacking washer dryer. It's right there. It's on its own circuit. And it actually, the kitchen, the water heater, the washer and dishwasher all drain just right there. It's along the wall that is on the same wall that is the freeze dryer, and so I have it actually going into that, so I don't even have to deal with dumping buckets anymore. I used to have to deal with dumping buckets all the time, and then you forget about it, and then I have not, and I'm gonna knock on some wood here. I have yet to, let's say that, open the seal when the tube was in water, because that can like ruin your stuff, right? So it'll suck it back in. But because of the setup I have, that won't happen, which is pretty amazing. I don't have to pay attention to that. Yeah. All right. Verna's dehydrator is an algodognant. I think you just wanted me to say that, which is like an Excalibur. I'm not going to even pronounce it. It's like it's that rectangular one. I like my Nesco because you can keep stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking, and you can have a lot of stacked, and it will work. There's no like box limit. You just keep stacking. Yep, depending what you're doing. Andy said, then I did Skittles for the granddaughters that were here. Then run yogurt, cheese slices, crackers, whipped cream. Tomorrow I'm putting sour cream in. So you're just trying all sorts of stuff right now. That's cool. And Verna recommends freeze-dried cheesecake. It's crunchy, but it's good. Andy says it's set up temporarily under the carport. I can't lift for 2 weeks, so it will stay there until after that. That makes sense. Sometimes you do what you can, and there you go. I like the situation where it is because it's outside of the house, technically. It's in the laundry room. You can still hear it running when it's running, but it is it's out of the way, but you can still hear it. So it's all right. And I think it's a good place, and I don't have to lift buckets with it. So it's good. Yeah. Misty's here. Howdy, neighbor. Howdy, Misty. I hope you're doing well. any more mountain lions on your cameras? I would like to know. I don't have any on mine, so it's been a while. She's a couple properties over for me. Andy has Excalibur dehydrators. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and you don't need dehydrators for a lot of herbs, at least. Hanging them up is fine. Not today. Hanging them up is fine. If you you can even hang them outside in the shade, like as long as in the shade, and it's not over 95 degrees. So anything over 95 degrees starts denaturing things in the herbs, but under that, it works fine. Verna says, I could not nor would not try to pronounce the name I typed. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah. Yeah. I know when I had my first dehydrator I got for $6 at a thrift store, and it had a heat coil. It didn't have a temperature set. It had like the top lid you could move to open, like to let out more heat or to put in like or to let out more moisture at a time or not. And so like you had to rotate the trays so the bottom tray would get hotter than the top tray. But that was my first one, and then I think my next one was a Nesco, but it wasn't the temperature controlled one. It was like a medium low, whatever, it didn't have the numbers. And then now I have one that has that. It has what the temperature is on the dial. And so that's much better. And it has a fan. My original one didn't have a fan. It was just a heat coil. And get the one that has a fan and the one that has a temperature control. Yeah. You can make fruit roll-ups on that. That's really good. Yeah. Andy has 2 9-tray dehydrators. One's black and one's white. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Having the tools is one thing, but like I said, for herbs, you can just tie them up, hang them up. And I've done that. I will continue to do that. I mean, depends. Verna says one of the old Presto dehydrators I had them many years ago. I don't think I've had a Presto anything. The first time I heard about Presto was a canner, and I hadn't heard about it at that point. And I know they make other things. Apparently, they have good canners. I just haven't dealt with them. My pressure canner is a All American, which you don't need a gasket for. So you really, if you need a new part, it's because you lost it. Whereas the Presto, you have to get the gasket. I don't know what other ones have, if they also need gaskets or not. Yeah. Andy says the farmer's market has opened for the season. Next Saturday, I'm going to go get some chicken feet and make some bone broth. Was it you that did that last year? Who did that last year? Or you were telling someone how to do it? I don't remember. Was it Verna that was doing it? Somebody was doing it and somebody was helping. I don't remember who was who. Okay, Co-Air, Verna says, is the brand for dehydrator. You had those about 40 years ago. If it still works, use it, right? Yeah. Andy says I have All American canners too. Well, I have only one. If I were to get it again, I would get the kind that you can double stack quarts in. Mine you can double stack pints, but not quarts. So I would definitely go up to that one. Just because if I'm going to do a bunch, I'm going to do a bunch. It might be Andy. She does it a lot. Okay. Verna says I always suggest it using the feet of the poultry makes the best bone broth. That's good. You got to clean them good, though. They step in all sorts of funky stuff. Yeah, you did it with quail. Yeah. Yeah, they're good for bone broth, and then just if you have all your bones, just put them in your freezer. Did you skin the quail feet, Verna, or did you? Because I know people do that with chicken, or you just clean them really well. I don't know how these things work. I don't deal with the feet of animals in my diet at this point. No, I was going to say that would take a long time because my understanding is it takes a long time to do um, to skin the chicken feet too. Um, I've heard of people getting them from butchers, but I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Just wash them. All right, Verna. Um, yeah. So anyway, there's options there. There's options. Yeah, doing a bone broth is a really really good idea. I've never dealt with poultry feet for that, but for any other type of bone, put it in the oven, 350 to 400 degrees for 35 minutes to 45 minutes, and bake it for that long, and then that makes fissures in the bones, so it makes them crack a little bit. And then if you put it into, well, what I do is I put it in a pressure cooker, um, and add a little splash of apple cider vinegar, so that helps the minerals get out of the bone and into the solution. And then um, I cook it for 6 hours in the pressure cooker. So I do 3 hours and then 3 hours again because mine doesn't do 6 hours at once. Um, if you do it on the stovetop, it's going to be like 24 or 48 hours on the stovetop. And then when you're done, the bones are squishy. Feed them to your chickens. So there you go. Yeah. Andy says, I have a tall one and a short one, and one I rescued from someone a few years ago. 2 wooden handle Presto, a tall and a short canner. Oh my gosh. Okay. Misty wants to know when I think the bears will come back. I don't know, Misty. I mean, they're here. They're up in the hill somewhere, you know. I don't think they hibernated. I mean, it's been way too dang warm for that. I want to see your mama bear. She has a bear that has, I don't know, last time you saw her, she was super fat, right? I think she has triplets in her, is my guess. I have no idea. I checked my cameras. I saw a coyote, um, fox, raccoon, kitty cats, like domestic cats, um, deer, and elk. I think that's all I saw. So, yeah. Howie's here. Welcome, Howie. It was Food First Permaculture. Rooster comb and chicken feet have a huge amount of collagen. I've never heard of using the combs. I mean, not opposed to it, just never heard of it. All right. Greetings. Did you see any whales? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Verna. I did not see any whales, but I don't know why I would. Oh, on my cameras? No, no whales. Andy says by rescue, it was in an old shed that was falling down and under a lot of stuff. Ooh. Oh yeah, possums. I did see possums, and they're cute little waddle walk. And wood rats. I haven't seen wood rats, but I don't have any cameras near wood rat nests. So there's, I think, 4, maybe 5. I think 4 wood rat nests that I know about on my property. I'm sure there's more, but just those that I know about. And they're not near the house. They're not near the pasture. So they're like, yeah, they're up the hill. So yeah. Andy says, I have to rebuild the lid on it still. Wait, of the pressure canner? How are you going to rebuild the lid? Or are you going to buy parts from them and put them together? Interesting. Oh, that was directed to Howie. I was like, we didn't see any whales on my camera. No. You can buy rooster comb dried in a pill. Howie, I think you can buy anything dried in a pill if you search for it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Dawn says, good evening. Good evening, Dawn. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about rooster comb either, Andy. I mean, it might just be that when they process, that part goes, into the bucket, as they'd say. Yeah, I know. Use the whole animal. Yeah. Saturday's rabbit workshop went really well, and I will be doing more. I'm going to announce dates. It's not online. It's not going to be filmed. It's in person only. But if people are local, or local enough that they want to come, I will be doing more opportunities in the upcoming months. So we'll do that. Speaking of roosters, I just heard one. Only pill from Howie. Andy says it is from like the 50s, old stuff on it. Buy the stuff to make a new lid as of today ages. I would be cautious about using that for a pressure cooker or a pressure canner. Make sure it has all the safety stuff because there are stories about old ones. Yeah. Howie says collagen makes human organs elastic when consumed. Collagen's good to consume. Lots of Jello. Don says we made it through the tornadoes. Ooh, you had tornadoes? Congratulations. Glad you're safe. High winds and power out until 1:30 a.m. Got to use the wind generator on the house. That's good. For power from the battery bank. Quite a bit of destruction. Wow. I'm glad you're okay. I am glad you're okay. Yes. Andy says it has a pitcock. I don't know what that is. Now I can't read it because it went up. Think back of blood days. Oh my goodness, Andy. Amy's here. Verna spilled the beans about your babies. Congratulations. Congratulations for your babies and their bunny mama. Amy says, made it for a few minutes before bed. Welcome. Dawn says, I just lost some vinyl siding on one side of the garage. We have it, but it blew off. So when it gets back to 60s Wednesday, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Andy says it will after I rebuild it. Got it. Good idea. Oh my god. And then you got snow and ice? Dawn, my goodness. Weather is not your thing right now. And 20 degrees. My goodness. Amy's doing a happy dance. I don't know if this is what Amy's happy dance looks like, but that's what I can see in my head. Her happy dance is for her tons of babies, bunnies. Dawn says had to cancel the doctor for my foot this morning due to IDOT telling us to stay off the highways. Yeah, that's a good reason. That's a good reason. And Verna has high winds and snow. My goodness. Norfolk, Illinois, Dawn says, you know what? I lived in the Midwest at 2 points in my life, and I will not live there again. Yeah. I don't need crazy weather. I don't need humidity. I don't need tornadoes. Yeah. Yep. Howie says, need to get sleep as I'm making biochar and planting my seed tray. Good night, awesome earthlings. Good night, Howie. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, Amy says, I unstacked my green stalk yesterday and the grass is nearly covered with snow now. Oh my goodness. Good luck with your green stalk. What are you going to plant it with? I'm going with strawberries for one of mine, and I don't know about the rest. I think I'm going to do basil and what did I say? Basil and cilantro? I think that's what I said. Anyway, it's going to be fun. Andy says, my first All-American canners I got for $10. Oh my gosh. I called All-American, asked them about buying a new lid. The guy said, yeah, for about $250, or you buy the parts for $50 and call back when you walk you through it. Interesting. Good tip, Andy. Dawn says, I still need to pull all my seeds. 2 more containers to sort for what I am planting. I started last Thursday and haven't had time to get back to it. I have everything that I have everything organized for what I'm planting. You guys saw the video, but I haven't put anything in the ground yet. It's been too hectic, and it was cold and all that. So there's things I should have planted by now, but it's fine. It's fine to do it now. So I'll put stuff in the ground this week, and hopefully get stuff in containers started this week. We'll see if that part happens. Yeah. Amy says I unstacked it. Oh, okay. So it wouldn't blow over. Okay. Got it. You even got a new sticker for the lid? Oh, that's definitely a different price. And it doesn't have that many parts, so it's got to be super easy to put together. This is pear juice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Andy, doing kind of steps like you are doing with that or have done with that, I think is a really good idea, and it's always worth the ask for parts. I have the bees, and someone gave me a energizer, what was it called? A solar energizer that has a battery inside that charges with the solar. Someone gave me one of those to use, and the connector broke that goes between that and like goes between the solar part and then the wired part, and I couldn't figure out what the name of the pieces that broke, and I ended up calling the company. I'm like, so what's this piece? Like, what's the whatever? And they said it was the wire harness, and that I would have to send it in and pay $60, and then it'll be sent back, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, that's a lot of money, because I think I can probably find this part. Like, what I just need to know the name of the part, not the whole wire. Like, I know this isn't a wire harness, because wire harness includes the wire. Like, what's the part that is right here? And she couldn't tell me. And it wasn't a part on their website. And so I ended up taking it into the local hardware store, and he fixed it for me for 88 cents. Yep. That's all it took. So it's always worth asking when things are expensive, to ask a different way. Yeah. Verna says, I cut my 2 pineapples today, going to make juice with one of them. That sounds amazing. And for those that don't know, freezing pineapple, if you cut in chunks and you freeze it, and when it thaws, it's exactly like pineapple when it went in. Same thing when you freeze dry. So, yeah, I learned that when I had a bunch of pineapple. I was like, I'm not going to eat all this before it goes bad. And so I just threw it in the freezer. And then someone wanted ice at my house, and I generally don't keep ice around just to have ice. And so I'm like, how about these frozen pineapple chunks? And it turned out really good. Yeah. And he says, if I remember right, it was just a pair of pliers. Yeah, from what mine is, it can't have been more than that. Yeah. Yeah, 88 cents, not $60 plus shipping. Yeah. 88 cents, 2 pieces of two little thingies. Yeah. My dad's still here. Says local hardware stores are great, way better than Lowe's, Home Depot, etc. Yeah. I would preface that sometimes our local one is lacking in a lot of things, but they will help you when they can. And you're not going to get someone at Home Depot or Lowe's to fix something for you for free. I mean, I did let everybody. There was the biggest line in town I've ever seen at the hardware store that day. I got there. I must have been when people are getting off work, because the hardware store is also the liquor store. So a lot of people are coming in to get, liquor or cigarettes. But I was letting people go ahead of me because I knew that mine was going to be, once he said, "Oh yeah, I can fix it here." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll just leave that on the counter and kind of be in line." But then the line kept going. It was like a 30-minute line, longest line I've ever seen here. But yeah, no way that would happen at a Home Depot for sure. Yeah. What a strange combo, Amy. We have so few stores in town. Yeah, that's what it's how you make things work. It's how you make it's how you get money. It's how you keep getting enough money to keep your business and stay alive. So yeah, the different place, and they have and somebody brings their eggs in to sell on the counter there as well. So yeah, they do what they can. Kind of like a general store. Yeah, I mean, kind of. They have cereal now. That's a new thing. The hardware store. But yeah, we have the hardware store, we have Dollar General, and we have the local grocery store. Those are the stores in town. So, and there's smoke shops too, which deal with that. Oh yes, yes. My dad is reminding me. The hardware store is also a U-Haul. So it's a hardware store, U-Haul, and liquor store. So you gotta wear many hats in this town if you're gonna have a business that stays alive. So I mean, it's really smart way to do it. So yeah. Berna says even if the local doesn't have it, they might be able to give you the name of the part that no one knows the name of. Yeah, and they'll order stuff for you. They'll order stuff for you here. Just one of my first experiences was I actually called them and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys have buckets with?" I was looking for gamma lids. You have buckets with gamma lids, and he goes, "I don't." And they didn't know what that was, but he goes, "Let me look," and they had two lids, regular lids, and no buckets. So I always tell people you might want to call first if you want something now. Yeah. Yes, the population is tiny. It's 800 something. Yeah. Yeah. Andy says we have a brick oven pizza joint opening with microbrewery. On one side will be a house lighting store. Oh, a lighting store for houses. Got it. Interesting. Yeah, at the moment, we have two restaurants and one, I guess it's a coffee shop. I haven't been in there. I'm not a coffee person. Um, in the bank. So that's the businesses in town. So yeah, town is all on one side of the street. Except for I guess yeah, it's mostly on one side of the street. But everybody knows each other pretty much, or you recognize them by now, and all of that. So, but yeah, brick oven pizza sounds good. Has anybody made a pizza oven? I'm not interested in doing it. I'm interested in looking at other people's stuff, but I don't think I need that myself. I've seen it where people build like a damp sand mound and then put the structure over that and then dig out the sand to make the ovens. I don't know if that's the only way to do it, but I've seen videos of people doing that. And I think I know someone that did that, but I wasn't there when they did it. Who do I know? I don't know why I think I know this. Somebody. I don't know. But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Andy says, I was in Home Depot and they had 5-gallon buckets and lids. Would you pink? I'm trying to think of a reason I need 5-gallon buckets for now. They do specials for like breast cancer awareness. I'm not saying they, I'm saying the bigger they, the big box stores they. Yeah. Amy says, Paul Wheaton has made an intriguing rocket pizza oven. Interesting. My dad is asking about my old neighbor's outdoor oven. Outdoor oven. Oh, it was probably originally for that, but it wasn't working. Like it had issues. The bricks were not like in place. But yeah, I had forgotten about that. Yeah. Yep. What's for my purple sweet potato plants, Verna? I missed what you said. Oh, I missed something. I don't know what you said before your last comment, Verna. But thank you. Oh my gosh, Steve, you're early. It's not even 7 yet. Welcome, Steve. Steve is S.O. Swanson, Blue Little Wrench. He's a moderator. Came in late. Is this the new pizza channel? No. We're talking restaurants and pizza ovens came up. So there you go. Yeah, Misty says 5-gallon buckets are so valuable. Pass them down from one generation to another. Yeah, good luck with that, Misty. Have you seen have you seen the buckets they have at places now? I was in Home Depot. I don't buy Home Depot buckets. Um, I was in Home Depot and I was in line, and the person, like two people in front of me, like two checkouts in front of me, they had a bucket, like one of those orange buckets, and the cashier picked it up and they held it up and they were going like this. And he goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm looking for cracks. Sometimes these come with cracks. Your 5-gallon bucket comes with cracks." And when he was doing that, I could tell how thin the plastic was. And I'm like, oh, you guys are have redesigned this, haven't you? Yeah. Yep. Amy's headed to bed. Say hi bye. Good night, Amy, and congratulations on your baby bunnies. Yes, her adult rabbit had 10 kits. So that's cool. No way, Misty. Um, yeah. Now, paint buckets, like the buckets that I've seen from like professionals, they're good because they have to actually carry weight. But yeah, yep, exactly, Steve. Home Depot buckets are thinner than Lowe's buckets. Yep. And especially now, they are super thin. And I didn't notice that because I don't go after their buckets. One, I don't want something bright orange, and two, I'd rather support Lowe's than Home Depot, even though I don't usually, because one's half an hour further than the other. um, but yeah, the new ones are sucky. John says, I'm sure the Home Depot buckets are Chinese along with most of what's in the store. Same with Lowe's though, honestly, if we're playing that game. But yeah. Now there's tons of different kinds of buckets. Like if you want to go fancy, you could get a Yeti bucket. I am not going to buy myself a Yeti bucket. If someone wants me to try it and they want to send it to me, I'll try it, but I'm not buying it. um yeah, it's very interesting. The older buckets do great, and it's something that like every hardware store always had, and it was always just a standard. But yeah, all buckets are not created equal these days, for sure. And some you can leave out in the sun and some you can't, you know? Yeah. Missy says Costco 3 buckets for $10. I want to know how they last, because if they last, I want some. If they don't last, I don't want them. Goodness. Robin Gardens is here. Hello from Chicagoland. Hello, Robin. Welcome. Hope you're doing good. All right. Exactly, Dawn. Exactly. I haven't looked it up, but I've heard about them. I have like a so many year warranty or something. Dawn says I'd hate to see what Yeti buckets cost. Yeah, it's definitely not $4 or whatever the typical one is these days. Yeah. Andy says, oh wait, it might be Lowe's. I think the other buckets were blue. Yeah, if the other buckets were blue, it was Lowe's. Yeah. Oh, and Verna wants to know how deep Robin's snow is. Yep. So my dad says contact a house painter for good buckets. And that's exactly it. The only thing is if you need it to be food safe, then that's not a good bet. Food safe buckets you can get if you're gonna like be using it a lot or putting it in the pantry or something. I would get them new or get them from like donut shops and bakeries, because like the donut shops, the like the apple fritters have that apple pie filling stuff. Most of the places are not actually making that. They're buying it in a humongous bucket. And it's a food safe bucket and they are heavy. And so they make them well made. So, and the same thing with other bakery items. They're all food safe. So, yeah. Yep. But good tip. And Steve says Home Depot orange, Lowe's blue, TR Tractor Supply? No. Red or white? Oh my gosh. Harbor Freight is red as well. I don't even think I know Tractor Supply buckets. Is that what TR is? I don't know what TR is. And I don't think I've seen them have buckets there. They probably do have buckets. I just don't think I've seen them. Dawn says I've been getting my buckets from the Chinese restaurant. The lids have seals inside them, but I got them for rabbits. Yep. Steve says it snowed here today for 2 minutes. I got PTSD on the ice storms. Oh, keep that power on, right? Oh my gosh. It was in the 70s here today. I don't know what it was, but it was supposed to be 70, and I think it got warmer. I actually went outside in the sun after work and before the Urban Gardeners channel, and it was nice. Yeah. Robin says 4 inches already, melting a bit. We lucked out. However, there is ice under the snow. Oh, do you, Verna, you can tell people what you use because I don't remember the name of it. Is it diamond? Maybe I do remember the name of it. Like crampons, like for that you put over your shoes, and there's the like for ice. What do you guys use for that? I'm thinking I should probably have some on hand just in case we get an ice storm at some point, because all my animals are uphill or downhill. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like, yeah. Am I right? Is it diamond that you use, Verna? All right, we'll see. Okay, $40 for a 5-gallon Yeti bucket. Not as expensive as I expected, but more expensive than I'm willing to pay. Yeah. Verna says we only got strong winds of snow, but the snow isn't sticking, has blown away. Sticking somewhere else, right? It's cheap for a Yeti. A cup is like $35. I've never bought anything Yeti, Andy. Yeah. Ooh, syrup typically come in buckets. Steve apparently buys lots of syrup at once, because I know the little ones on the shelf, they're like that thin. And then I also have a jug that's like that with a little tiny handle that's there for no reason, because there's no way that you're going to pick it up like this and be like, ah. So syrup typically comes in buckets. I don't know where typically is. Where do you buy your syrup? but that would be heavy enough for to support things. I guess my thing is, if you're buying food safe, buy food safe with something that has food in it already, and just use it. I mean, Steve is going to be making lots of pancakes and waffles, and just to get to the bucket, right, Steve? Um, no. So it, if you're going to buy something, consider what the container is. And I have a stupid example of that. A really stupid example of that. You guys may have noticed that I have my water jugs that I use for my rabbits is the Florida Natural pitcher big thing. Florida Natural is a good orange juice. Tropicana, I think, is better. Tropicana used to have a better container. Now they have kind of a sucky container for my purposes. And my purposes is to reuse them. And I have bought Florida Natural orange juice for the sole purpose of I need that container because one broke. I like orange juice. I don't buy it very much because it's pretty expensive. Yeah. Tell me if you think that's stupid or not. Andy says potato salad comes in 5-gallon buckets too. How much potato salad do you need? I've seen the ones that are like in this big. My goodness. I am not shopping where you guys are shopping. Adam's here. Welcome, Adam. I don't know if my internet. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to scroll down real quick and see if I went away. Can you guys still hear me? I froze. Now I'm back. Am I back? Oh, welcome back. Okay. Thank you. Let me scroll up now, find out where we left off. I don't know what happened. It just, the picture went and then it had the swirly, circly thing. Okay, let me find where we were. All right. Yes, we were talking about Steve buying buckets of syrup. Tractor Supply has buckets 3 and 5-gallon. Good. Robin says, so many people out of power and businesses closed. We ended up okay. Good. Good, good. Look to nature. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Urban Gardener just sent you guys over. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So people don't know the Urban Gardener is he's Enoch, and he does a weekend show. So he does Saturday, Sunday, and Monday shows. And once a month on a Monday show, I have a pre-recorded thing that I give him, and then I'm there live. I'm on in the comments live about growing what you eat. So Robin is another part of that group, and Shawnee, I haven't seen anything from her lately, is another part of that. So the three of us split it, and yeah, today was my day, and it was good. So thanks to Enoch for telling people to come over. Oh, okay. And look to nature. If we are currently talking about buckets because we're on that topic. If you want to talk about something else, go ahead and chime in, ask questions, whatever. But we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this takes us. Okay, Tractor Supply is where Steve gets gamma lids. Interesting. They only have white for gamma lids. I did not even know they had gamma lids, actually. That's good to know because I went to Lowe's and they did. Four guys didn't know what I was talking about when I said gamma lids. A gamma lid is a lid that you basically use a rubber mallet and you pound the base onto a 5-gallon bucket, and then you can screw on a lid so that it seals. It has a seal, and nothing can get in and nothing can get out. And that way it's super easy to open. You don't have to have a special tool to crack it open every time and all that. So yeah. Anyway, That's what a gamma lid is. It's usually used for food items. Yeah. Okay. Verna says, I use the diamond grips. Hold on, get the name. I'm going to scroll down and see if she got it. Ice Trekkers. Yak Trax Diamond Grip All Surface Traction Cleats for walking on ice and snow. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Verna. Dawn says, I have yaks. That's the type of, talking about the grippy stuff you put over your shoe to walk on ice. Gamma lids are awesome, look nature. Absolutely. And Robin says, I have the boot clamp-ons up at Wisconsin Place. Doesn't do any good here. It doesn't. It doesn't. My dad's saying my brother got about a foot of snow, big drifts from the wind. They would get big drifts there, wouldn't they? Yeah, open spaces. All right. They're in your car somewhere, Don says. Robin says, my neighbor brings a lot of food safe containers. She works in a school food service. Yep. So make a friend, she says. Yep. Andy says, now that I have the freeze dryer going, I need to go to the battery station. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I have EcoFlow. It is working. I had a headache of a time at the beginning. It's working now. So I don't know if I would recommend it or not. I know my neighbor down the way has the same system I have, and she's hasn't had an issue at all. But I like it so far now that it's working. And there are tons of other ones to choose from too. Andy says, now that, oh, I already read that. Adam says, I want some pancakes too, Steve. See, Steve, you should buy syrup by the bucket when you have this many people to feed. Steve knows we're teasing. Verna put a link. I'm going to guess that's your Yak Tracks. All right. All kinds of survival supplies. Yep. Yep. Okay, now we're to where I froze. Potato salad buckets from restaurants. But I think of those as like this big. Hey, any of that. What is that? Steve says restaurants use voule, VOLUE, syrup, tater salad. I don't know what that word is. I have sound now. Good. Good. Dawn's headed to bed. Have a good night, Dawn. Thanks for coming. All right, Shawnee's listening while she works. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming. Missy says, I have a nice gourd that holds about 1 gallon. I saw a 5-gallon bucket on the freeway. I should have stopped and picked it up. Careful, because you don't know what was in that one, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, grow gourds. That's the original one, right? Verna says, gamma lids are great for prepping. And they're great for a lot of things. They're great for just being easy to open and have a good seal. Andy says, I would have turned around for the bucket. Oh, Missy says, all my Christmas presents were given to people in 5-gallon buckets. Hey, yep, good wrapping. Good wrapping. More expensive wrapping than wrapping paper. Oh, how funny. Steve says, every time I stop for a bucket, it's cracked. Oh, so I just end up picking up garbage to throw away. Yeah, that's true. Restaurant buckets are 5 gallons. Sometimes. I have, when I got from the donut place in Gilroy, I think there are 4-gallon buckets, and they were like short and fat. Very interesting, but they're good. Okay, buy in bulk or volume. That's a good tip from Steve. That's what you're trying to spell. Got it. Got it. And thank you for clarifying, Andy. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't remember how we got on the topic of buckets, but that's okay. I'll have my pear juice. South Florida, welcome, welcome. She says, hey, y'all, was on my way over here and puppy had hidden pee I found to clean up. Well, congratulations on finding it and cleaning it up before it became an issue, hopefully. And congratulations on having a puppy, because that's awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah. um, well, since there's new people coming in, I will go through a little bit of kind of what I did at the beginning again. Oh, Adam says, I'm getting excited. My harvest right is being delivered on the 18th. Sorry, not sorry to my wife. What size did you get? I don't remember. You told me, but I don't remember. Small one? Medium one? I don't remember. Congratulations. So, this Sunday, we did the Cook With Me Live, which is a monthly cooking. Me and my kitchen, you and yours. We had lots of people on there. It's fun, and we made fried potato soup and Irish soda bread. Turned out great. And next month is my birthday month, and so we're going to make donuts. So if you want to make donuts with us, the date is the 26th. It's going to be Sunday the 26th at 12:30. That's noon 30 Pacific time. So if you want to join and you haven't joined, put your click a link in the description below. There's also should be a button, and it's also a link in all my videos as well. Very affordable, and it's very fun. So that's really cool. And then on Saturday, I did my first rabbit workshop. And if you are local or local-ish to me, and you are wanting to learn about rabbits and wanting to learn how to process rabbits, I recommend going to one of my next classes. We went from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening, and it was good. Everybody had a good time. Everybody got all the questions, other questions answered, and everybody got opportunity to process rabbits and have that first time experience and have more experience. And it was a really, really good experience. So I will be putting those out there into the world. I'm gonna next week, probably is next week, later this week. Later this week, I'll figure out exactly when it's going to be. I kind of have average dates, but I want to make sure I don't conflict with anything. And so that's going to be going out soon. So let's go back and see what comments say. Catch up. All right. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, Andy says, what are you going to do first, Adam? Bread run. What are you going to do after the bread run? South Florida says, she is a love. She just somehow went under her pee pad. A little morky. I have no idea what that is. A blessing indeed. South Florida says, oh, jelly over here. Oh my gosh. But happy for Adam. Good. April 1st for the day, not just the month. April 1st is my birthday, yes. But April 26th is the event. Because April 1st I will be I'm busy doing things. Not for my birthday. Unrelated. But hey. All right. Janet's here. Welcome. Janet says, good evening, everyone. Good evening. What? Steve says you could be a kitten here. Click here. Lewis Tomlinson. What is that? Did you forget what you copied? Oh my goodness. All right. People are saying hi. Oh, Verna, you have a heated vest. That's a good investment. What do you think of KNF ferments for soil? I don't know what KNF stands for, so that's the one thing. And I don't know why you would ferment soil. I don't have an opinion because I am uninformed. That's where I stand. I know fermenting can increase bacteria, both good and bad, depending on how you do it. Hopefully good bacteria. And good bacteria can promote good growth of things and good health of things. I have no idea what KNF ferments is though. So if anybody knows what that is and can answer that for South Florida, go ahead. I will learn too. Thank you for the happy early birthday wishes. Oh, Verna's wondering what kind of cake my mom's going to make. I don't know. We're going to celebrate our birthday, I think, the following week because they're going to come the following week. So it might be, and we might wait. Adam says we have street vendors that sell fresh strawberries and citrus this time of year. I have a feeling I know what my first batch will be. Yeah, strawberries. Where are they getting strawberries from? Are they getting it from like Watsonville, California? Or are they getting it from greenhouses? Citrus too. Yeah, there's no strawberries yet. I haven't seen any strawberry flowers yet either. I need to pay attention. There's a hill in my pasture that has, well, it has a lot more stuff that needs to get rid of it, but it also has it has yarrow, but it also has a lot of native strawberries, and I need to pay attention to them this year because I totally missed it last year when they were fruiting. Yeah, so all right. Misty, can I share this? Are you still on here? Can I share this photo that you just sent? Can I share this with the group? And when was this? This was, oh, that was November. Yeah, let me know if I can share this with the group. I'll just like put it up on the like this. Okay. South Florida says I'm a kit, but it's a wild card what I produce. I'm confused on what you just said. You are a kit, like a Katrina's kit, like a member of the channel. What is a kit? A kit is a baby bunny or a baby bunny badger. That's why we call that. Oh, Korean natural farming, KNF ferments are highly concentrated, do-it-yourself organic soil amendments designed to boost microbial life, improve plant health, and unlock nutrients using locally sourced plants. Green matter ferments and fruit ferments. I mean, it sounds like something that's good. It just, you have to, anytime you do something with the soil, I would test it in an area like that, because I'm familiar with it. This is the only reason. I would test it in one area and then see what it looks like. And then knowing that certain things are going to be better or worse for certain types of plants. And I don't know anything about this, so that's as far as I'm going to take my answer. Yeah. But thank you for getting that definition. Britta says you have lots of blooms in today's video. Yep, that happened. They started blooming the day before I got the bees. I got the bees on Tuesday. And the trees, they're the cherry plum trees and the hawthorn trees are blooming. There's still some that aren't bloomed yet. There's still some budded up. Yeah, for sure. And they smell so good. South Florida says I'm trying to focus on things I can make with what I have for inputs in my soil garden. So you can make so if you're familiar with making comfrey compost, so where you take comfrey and you chop it up and you shove it in a bucket and you fill that bucket with water and then you put like a rock on it and then you leave it there for 6 weeks and then you pick it up and then you go throw up because it smells terrible. And you dilute it and use it on your plants. You can do that with weeds. You can do that with any plant. All that's doing is it's breaking the plant down, and so everything goes into that solution, and then you dilute it, it's going to smell worse than fish emulsion. Like it's going, like you might actually throw up. Just be prepared. Wear that N95 mask that everybody has now. Yeah. Misty says, sure. I'm going to assume that that means I can share this thing. So this is a big mama that Misty got on her camera. And that's a bear. That's a bear. Yeah. That's the one I think has triplets. I mean, what do you guys think about that? It doesn't even look, it's a blob. It looks like a cartoon character. Thank you, Misty. Oh my gosh, that was in November. So we'll see if we see little cublings. That's what I'm calling them. Little cubs running around. Thank you. Happy early birthday. This is from Adam. Happy early birthday. My best friend's birthday is on 4/1 as well. Awesome. Well, happy birthday to them. Andy says, fresh freeze-dried Skittles are so good. That's an oxymoron. Are you saying freshly freeze-dried, like right out? Steve says, don't freeze-dry candy. It's a hard habit to break. Did all your grandkids, yeah, make you a poor person after having all those candy? Yeah. Self-Flora says, oh, oops, thought you meant like a kit. As in I come with all the parts, emotional, physical, spiritual. Oh, hey, that's all right. That's all right. Peanut butter kisses are good freeze dries as well. I have never had or heard of a peanut butter. I didn't know they made peanut butter kisses. Okay. Adam says, I assume the strawberries are from south of the equator. It might be from Watsonville. Find out for sure on Friday. Good. Do nut of honey? Is that the same thing as bit of honey? Oh, bit of honey. Yeah. Bit of honey. Those poof, right? Yeah, if anybody needs advice on freeze drying candy, Steve knows where it's at. Verna's done it too, but Steve, I don't know, did you do it like every day for a while? Andy says I bought a camera to set up so I can see my freeze dryer screen, so I don't have to run in and out and up and down stairs so many times checking on it. That's pretty funny. Something to know about freeze dryers, and actually tomorrow's video is about freeze drying. And for those that came in late from Urban Gardeners, this is the dead nettle that I freeze dried. And this is lemon balm that I freeze dried. And this is some cilantro from my neighbors that I freeze dried. And when you freeze dry, it's like, oh, it's going to freeze. And then the vacuum pump will come on and it will be drying and it'll heat up to whatever temperature you want it to heat up to. Once you said that, you customize it. And when that happens, you're going to have a, there'll be a progress bar and it'll be like, hey, we're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. And it will lie. You're not almost done. And then we're almost done. We're almost done. And then you'll be gone and then it will be done. So when it actually gets done, it's fine if you're not there. All that will happen is it will then, if you don't get to it by a certain amount of time, it will then super cool it, go down to like -40 or something. And when you're ready to get it out, you just press warm trays and it will warm up. And when it is warm, you take it out. You don't take it out cold. You take it out warm. And the food should be warm to the touch, or at least not cold. And with the herbs, that's really easy to do. You just crinkle it and crinkles, and then you're good. But you don't have to be on it all the time. So, yeah. Okay. South Florida says, yes, that is a KNF thing, but the ferment is shorter and you add brown sugar or molasses 1-to-1. 1-to-1. Yes, nasty, weed tea, nasty. Yes. Um, a 1-to-1 ratio. That's pretty high. So I've done worm tea compost, worm compost. So that is basically a worm tea where you take not the leachate. You take the castings, which is the worm poop part. You take the worm castings and you put it in a container. You add water, and then you put like a aquarium bubbler in there, and that you add molasses to it, because the molasses, or in this case, the brown sugar, would do doing the same thing. It is feeding the good bacteria, and when that good bacteria feeds, it grows. So it reproduces, it grows, it gets bigger, and because it has that sugar to rely on, and which is, kind of describes sugar addiction, right? And the health stuff that goes with it. But it does do that, and so you want to make sure, and you can look it up. I don't remember, but you want to make sure that you're using enough molasses, but not too much, so that they will grow, and you're in an oxygenated system there, so you're growing good bacteria with the molasses, and then once it's done, you put it on your plants, and you can put it at the base of your plants and on the root system, or you can foliar feed, which is putting it into one of the spray bottle things. Get the pump, pay the $4 for the pump kind, so you don't get tired like doing like this all day. But you spray on the leaves, and that will get some good nutrition in there. So yeah, it sounds like a good thing. I don't know much about it, so it sounds like it's a good thing. Yeah, I'll see if I'll grab them. Andy, I haven't brought it up, but your special peeps are in the stores. They've been in the stores for a while now. We're not going to go down that path. I just wanted you to know. And those who are longtime viewers will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, South Florida says, wow, no bears or panthers. No thanks. Saw a lady practically hugging a wolverine in a shirt today. Okay. Oh, in a short today. All right. All right. Um, and Verna's telling Andy milk duds to make moon rockets. That's the new name, huh? Oh, it came out yesterday morning. Andy says, once I start eating one, I have to make myself stop eating it. That's exactly what Steve was talking about. That's exactly what he's talking about. Marshmallows would be a hard habit to break. I've heard those poof. I could be wrong. I've never done any candies because I don't need to go down that path. I already have a sweet tooth. Maybe more than one. Andy says, I bought the milk duds already. Moon rockets are one of my favorites. I've never heard of a moon rocket, but I'm guessing it's just an expanded milk dud. Yeah. Halloween black and orange peanut butter candy. Oh my gosh. I haven't even thought about that in a long time. Missy says, I'm recuperating from cowing out over the winter diet time. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Or good luck. Oh, I love Charleston chews. They're good in the freezer. I've never, yeah. Andy's going to freeze dry everything, I have a feeling. And South Florida says the same to Misty. But your winter was 10 years long. You call it perimenopause? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, Laffy Taffy. Oh my gosh, you guys are just like on a candy fix. Fruit roll-ups. Okay, KNF ferments are super concentrated, like a teaspoon of finished syrup to a gallon of water. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. And you guys are just freeze drying all the candies, apparently. Side chat went down the candy hole. Exactly. Verna says I tried them. They taste like soap to me. I don't know what them is by now because you guys have told me everything in the world. Cilantro? Because are we back to cilantro? I don't know. Andy says I have a box of them that I'm saving to go in the freeze dryer, Katrina. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, I know. Adam, you successfully kicked it all the way, huh? Adam says there's a lot of meanies in the chat tonight. I kicked processed sugar years ago. It would be nice. I am addicted to sugar. Oh, okay. Steve says marshmallow poof, then they go back to normal and just crunchy. All right. Adam, do you find that you use things like honey and stevia and maple syrup in place of sugar, or do you find that overall you eat less sugar? That's a good question. And I still haven't processed my sap from the maple or the walnuts. I need to do that at some point. Right now I have a hive, a beehive in my freezer and sap to boil down for the syrups from the trees. And I have no room anymore. Yeah, I have a whole hive in my freezer because there was a dead out. So one of the hives that I was given, she's like, that one's doing good, but that one I don't know that it's alive. Okay, well we'll do that. And so to get rid of any wax moth eggs or any other things in there, put it in the freezer. So I should probably take those out tomorrow. I'm going to be getting into the hives, I think Wednesday is what they said. So have my mentors over. All right. South Florida says, I'm trying, Adam. Great for you. Do you do sugar substitutes? That's what I just asked. We'll find out. Andy, you're being so reasonable. Andy's only freeze drying the candy we already eat around here. Oh, I don't know. That's a good justification. Oh. Oh, Lucy's bugging Verna to go out. Say hi to Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's a doggy. Steve said, I imagine the KNF is high in nitrogen. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Steve says, if they last is the problem. I'm just putting on weight for when I get older and start wasting away. My goodness. Vern says, yeah, marshmallows become like the ones in Lucky Charms. That makes sense. Interesting. Steve says, I saw where someone freeze dried the maple tree sap, but not sure if that really works. Interesting. There's not. So what did we figure it was? Was it 40 to 1 for sugar maple? Like it boils down 40. Like if you start with this big, you get this big. And then I think it's half of that or double that. So half that result for the big leaf maple that's here. Am I remembering that right? I don't know. So I think probably it wouldn't be very much of anything on there. I'm not going to try it. If I try it, it'll be next year. Deal? Deal. Okay. South Florida says, depends on what plant or fruit matter you use, but nitrogen is more bioavailable. Yep. Abella's here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Abella. How are your bunnies? Hopefully you're doing well. Andy says, I dried marshmallows. Might make a batch of homemade just to freeze dry. if you are on the, if you're a member of the channel, we did make marshmallows one time. I do not remember when that was, but we did make marshmallows one time. We made one with the corn syrup and one without, and the one without had egg, and they both were very good. Yeah. Adam says berries are my gateway and honey when they don't fix the itch. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yep. Autocorrect is a silly thing, isn't it, Andy? I should do a live chat while simultaneously boiling down sap. I don't know how interesting that would be to watch the sap boil down. I also don't know how good that would be for the camera. I'd have to be far away. Otherwise, it'd be like sticky. Maybe. I will film it from a distance and maybe with my phone instead of my camera for up close. Yeah. I need to do it. I don't really need to do it because it's frozen and it can stay in the freezer until I need the room, but I probably should do it before fire season. Yeah. Self-Lord says, okay, low glycemic fruit too. He's doing good. If they last on the counter for any amount of time, Andy says, yes. Self-Lord says, my weight is because I'm not graceful. It breaks falls. You know what? This is what I would say. Someone gives you, whatever. You say, well, I care about my muscles. I keep them insulated. You may use that or choose not to. All right. Have a good walk with Lucy, Verna. Okay, 40-1. Was the 41 for the sugar maple or for the one or for the big leaf maple here? I think it was for the sugar maple because I think it's 80-1. I don't remember. Anyway, homemade marshmallows are the bomb. Yeah, they are super good. Super good. And not hard. Yeah. South Florida says, yummy homemade marshmallows. Have you done them with actual marshmallow root? No, because I've not grown actual marshmallow root to any large extent. I've grown it. I have seeds for it. I kind of have some places here that I could grow it, but to the large extent, I haven't grown that much of it. And you don't really get, I mean, I guess maybe you can get online or something, but it's not something you could just go to the store and buy. You just grabbed healthier cookies. Okay. Adam says, exactly, Carol. I am diagnosed diabetic that manages my blood sugar without meds so far. Fingers crossed. It's mindset over habit. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So congratulations, because that's really good. As I take another drink of my pear juice. I don't know how many pears are in here. I know when I did peach juice, it was 4 peaches in a jar. So it's a lot. But there we go. All right. So, okay. South Forest says, me either. I want to grow marshmallow root. I have a link to Mountain Rose Herbs, and they have a lot of even slippery elm bark. Yeah, slippery elm bark. It's been a while since I thought about considering slippery elm as growing it. But it would be probably a good one to do. And elms do regrow from being cut down. So I wonder how that would work, if it would work like a cinnamon tree where it grows for 2 years and then you cut it, and it grows for 2 years and you cut it. I had a cinnamon tree at one point in Gilroy in California. It died almost immediately though. It was, I think, from shipping. I'm going to close this. And so it never got to be a real tree. But I had a plan. But I wonder if slippery elm would do the same thing, because you have I also don't need these on my head. Because they harvest it. I can't imagine that they would harvest it from full-grown trees. I would imagine that it would be a process of cutting and then growing for a certain number of years. Yeah, so South Florida says, yes, I was just thinking of my cinnamon tree. It's still kicking, but babied inside. Yeah. Yeah, I had a vision to do cinnamon tree and pepper plant, so like the black pepper. I'm too cold for that here. When I do my greenhouse, if I do it correctly, hopefully I do it correctly, then it should be good to go for that. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I want to do cardamom and ginger and starfruit and some of those fun things. Actually, I think we looked it up one time, and I think cardamom can grow outside here. I'm gonna look that up before I get some, right? But yeah. South Florida says you will get it all eventually. You is smart. I try to be. I try to be. Getting infrastructure done before you buy things is very hard. It's very hard, especially when you see something on sale and it's a plant that you want and you're like, "Ooh, I want this." It's so hard. I thought I was going to be so much further along than I am right now. But I have plans going, and there's like a path forward. So that's where we're at right now. So that is what we're doing. Yeah. When you get animals or plant trees or whatever, you need to have a safe place for them, whether that means safe from animals eating them. Well, both of them need that, or safe from not running away, or all that. You need to have the right infrastructure in place, and so yeah, I'll get there when I get there. Exactly, Steve. Yeah, South Florida says, yes, I'm still laying mulch. Mulch is important. Mulch is important. Yes, Andy. Yes, it's a bummer when life stops your thoughts of moving along. Yep. Yeah, when you get stuck doing something else that you hadn't planned for, or doing it for an extended period of time, as was the case in my stuff here. But I should be getting the trees taken down in April if the weather cooperates, and for the food forest, and do a that's when then after that I'll start the fencing, and I don't know how long that's going to take, but I can do that. I could probably do it into the summer. I don't know that battery operated auger is on the no use for fire. That's something I should look up because I want to get that done before I can't use it. I think I can use it. I might only be able to use it during certain times of the day. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that's when that will start. South Florida says, and I saw these beautiful butterfly pollinators at Lowe's, and found out after they were home they are the host plant for the striped moth, which means I will draw in hornworms. Oh, yeah, you gotta think about those things. You gotta think about those things for sure. Maybe give that one away to someone who's not having a garden and who doesn't live near you. Yeah. Abella says, I'm a big believer in burying pots in nursery beds. They can access some of the soil moisture, but are still fairly easy to move. This works really well with some roses and herbs I got on sale. That sounds like a good idea. I have put pots on the ground before and had tap roots go through the pot, and I couldn't get the pot off though. Like, and there was no way that that plant was going to get dug out. So that happened with lovage. And it also happened with, there was some sort of sage, like I don't remember what kind of sage it was. So I would caution about that if you want to cut out the bottom of a pot, maybe. But at that point, plant it. But yeah. Yep. It's going back. The one time you didn't check they were on sale. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Also for people in monarch butterfly areas, um, the tropical milkweed is not great. So monarch butterflies in the United States are two general populations. One is west of the Rocky Mountains, one is east of the Rocky Mountains. There are native milkweeds on either side, but they kind of stay in their areas. The ones on the west of the Rocky Mountains overwinter in California and into northern Mexico, and the ones on the east of the Rocky Mountains, I think, overwinter in Mexico, and I don't know if they might overwinter in some southern U.S. or not. But milkweed that is native, at least for our population in the West, I actually can't speak for the other one. They die back every year, and with that dieback, also the diseases, the pests and parasites that jump onto these butterflies when they visit milkweed, which is the host plant, those die back as well. So the tropical milkweed, the showy milkweeds that you get in garden centers are really doing a disservice because you are basically parasite loading and disease loading those landing pads for these butterflies. And at least for our population here, they fly from their overwintering place on the coast. They take 4 generations to go out away from the coast and northward. And so that means, they lay their egg on a milkweed, then they go bye-bye. That one hatches out, it becomes a caterpillar, and then it becomes, bunch, and then it becomes a chrysalis, and then it hatches out from there and flies away. Then their baby goes and does the same, or then they do that same thing. And so that's 4 generations out. And then the last generation makes a long trek back to the coast or near coast and overwinters there where it's safe in groves of trees. So if you are choosing plants, be very aware about what its host plant might be, or what it might be a host plant to. Like you're talking about for that moth, you don't want that in your yard. When you're talking about monarch butterflies, you don't want a plant that stays up. Now, if you do have one of those, you don't have to get rid of it. Just pay attention to when the local ones senesce, when they die off above ground, and because they're still alive, and then just cut them down during that time, and you'll do the same thing. But that's something to be cautious about. So thank you for bringing that up. Okay. I'm finding where we left off. Steve says we had bamboo in a pot and set it on the ground behind the garage and forgot about it. Definitely couldn't move that afterwards. And you probably still have bamboo, right? Have you moved to your new property yet? Getting updates. Adam says battery operated here in Jackson County is good year round, but you'll definitely want to check with your county. Yeah, so I think the battery operated weed whackers were good, but it wasn't during fire season, but it wasn't there was a point in the summer that they're like before this time or after this time. I think it was really just before. I think it was just morning because of fire danger. So I don't know. South Florida says, yeah, so Barbados Cherry sent out that huge tap roots out of the pot. I did that with. They snapped as I tried to unpot them. Yeah, that's not good for them. And she says, exactly, preach. I need to find our native milkweed. We have swamp milkweed, which is beautiful. There you go. There you go. There's probably in the native plant nursery somewhere around you. Welcome back, Verna. 25 degrees outside, wind chill is 17. Yeah, short walk, huh? Oh my gosh. South Florida says, when I was young, we saw the resting place in California before they crossed into Mexico. They were dripping off the trees back then. Their population is down. They're actually proposed to be listed under Native Species Act. So they need help. They need help. Yep. Verna says, got a dusting of snow, a puddle on top of the tarp covering my mineral bucket full of rabbit scat is frozen. All right. All right. Well, did Andy bring you scat? I call them nutrition packets. I know she was just over there not long ago. Should we analyze what kind of bucket it was? I'm kidding. Yeah, she did. Okay. Yeah, we are going all over the place today. I like it. It's good. Yeah. So, what plans do you guys have for the rest of the week? Hopefully are good. I'm planning on getting some of my seeds planted. Probably not all, but some of them planted. And the house, the shed that I'm putting this in, I need to do an electric extension cord to it, but it came with a heater, so I want to see if it works and how it works, if it stays the right temperature and stuff for seed starting. So I don't have to start seeds in the house, because starting seeds in the house is fine, but you know, it'd be better if I had an assigned spot for that. Yeah. South Florida says, so sad. Them and the honeybees, too much pesticide everywhere. They might rest. Yep. Yep. Awesome. Verna's she's hoping to mail out slips this week. Let me know and I'll pick them up and plant them. Well, pick them up and maybe put them inside first. I might have to have them in pots inside for a little bit. It's awesome though. Andy says, yes, I hauled a big tub, probably tub, full of rabbit poo for a 10-hour trip in my van. South Florida says, mulching, dropping more seeds in the green stock, possibly putting together a piece of furniture. Sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah. I'm going to be checking my bees hopefully Wednesday. And then at some point this week, I will be doing some seed planting. So yeah, that is the deal. And I'm hoping things grow well. I am. I'm hoping things grow well this year. South Florida says, thank God for my Gorilla Cart. I have one. It's not a Gorilla Cart. It's some other brand, but I use it all the time. And I use it to take the bunnies from the pasture up to the processing area. Yeah. Yep. Adam says, over 300 peppers and tomatoes started this last weekend. We all know what I'll be doing this weekend. Oh my goodness. Watering them. What do you mean? Oh my gosh. 300. That's good. That's good. Verna needs to find food. Blessing God, she said. Well, thank you for being here. And hoping you're doing well. And Lucy's doing well. And we'll see you next time. South Florida says, Adam Wowzers. Yeah. I'm going a little simple this year on peppers. I probably won't I love peppers. I would love to. Cowboy candy is awesome. I would love to do that. I am not going overboard, trying not to go overboard on garden stuff this year because I have so many other projects to do, like augering the heck out of the world apparently to put in fences. So I will not be doing that many, but I will in the future, right? Maybe not 300. We'll see. We'll see. South Florida says, RIP, you're back putting all those in the garden. I don't think he's going to put them in the garden yet. You're probably up potting them maybe, but isn't it still too cold for you? You're a couple weeks ahead of me. Isn't it still too cold for you, Adam? Bella says, I will. I will start tomatoes this week, she says. Yep, that's my plan. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, it is 8 o'clock, so I think that means it's time to head off the live. I do appreciate you guys coming. I do think we have good conversations, and you never know what you're going to get here. That's what I like. We never know what. I mean, sometimes I have a direction for the topic and something to talk about, but all in all, we never know where we're going to end up, which is nice. So, yeah. Okay, you're transplanting in May. I didn't think you're transplanting yet, Adam. Yeah. Janet says if you go to Live Monarch website, you can get free milkweed seeds for your area. Cool. Cool. And Andy says, yes, we can have some fun conversations. Sometimes random. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, I am going to head off of here and edit the video for tomorrow because I haven't edited it yet. I did record it. And have a wonderful, wonderful night. Abella says, rest up, everyone. Have sweet tomato dreams. All righty. Same to you. Same to you. And Robin says, love the substitute borage for cucumber in the Greek sauce. Yeah, the tzatziki sauce. You called it Greek sauce. You don't know how to spell tzatziki, right? Because I don't know until I type it in and it says yes, it's spelled right or it's not. Yeah, it's a really good thing. Really good thing. Plant borage. And good night, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. We will see you next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And have a good night. Thanks for coming.